So what is a memory station? That's our Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin, and with us is Rick Voight, the CEO of Vivid-Pix. Great to see you again, Rick.
Fred, always great to see you. Thank you for having me on.
Well, for years, you've been helping people easily and affordably revive old photos and documents with Vivid-Pix Restore software. Now you're introducing what you call Memory Station. Give us the overview.
So we as a company can't do anything to improve an image until it's in digitized form. And currently, there are a few different ways that people are able to digitize. So the first part is you can mail it away and people can scan, and now it's in a digital form and Vivid-Pix can fix. You can use a home scanner, and whether that be an all-in-one where you're opening and closing a lid or a flatbed scanner or a sheet fed scanner, you're scanning it at home. And then the third way that people tend to digitize an image is with a phone. And that's not the best way to do it because of light and shadows and aspect ratio, keystoning, all kinds of different things. So over the last 2 years, we have been looking for the right hardware solution in order to make it easy for people to be able to digitize their images at home. And because in the genealogy family history world, you have multiple types of images. You have shoebox prints, but you might have very sensitive items as well. And you can't really run those through a sheet fed scanner. So you do have to use a flatbed scanner. So what we sought out to find is a very good scanner that you simply lay down an image. We found a great business partner in Fujitsu, and Fujitsu actually is the largest scanning company in the world. And we integrated this Fujitsu SV600 scanner in with Restore software to make it super fast and easy for anyone to press one blue button to scan and one blue button to fix.
It sounds really simple. And this partnership with Fujitsu is interesting. They have the Scan Snap line. I think that's Snap Scan, which is
Scan Snap. Yep.
And you've been testing this concept out in a couple of locations. Tell me about that.
So there's a place in Louisville, Kentucky. It sits on the University of Kentucky campus called the Thrive Center. And the Thrive Center is a testing location nationally recognized with some of the largest entities in the country in order to test technology to help the individual who is aging, or the caregiver, or the facility who takes care of older adults. And we installed a solution in there 3 years ago, nice solution. We installed in there about 3 months ago this new solution and allowed them to kick the tires. And that's been a wonderful partnership. And then two, we've gotten to know Allen County Public Library in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And Allen County is the largest genealogy center and a public library in America. And they're wonderful people. And we've been working with them for years on different things. So we piloted this in 2 very well-known locations, and also places that could provide us really good feedback so that we could continue to improve what it is we offer. And we announced this last Thursday.
That was at the Roots Tech event?
Absolutely. Yeah, Roots Tech. Do you want me to explain what Roots Tech is? Yeah, so Roots Tech is actually run by Family Search. Many people in America are familiar with Ancestry, and in Europe, MyHeritage, and MyHeritage has good presence here in the United States as well. But Family Search is run by Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's a part of the church, and they actually are are really the largest entity within the family history world. And they run this Roots Tech event. I think last year was their 10th year. 2020 was the last in person, where they had 32,000 people attend at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City. Last year, they went virtual, 250 countries, over 1 million people. And this year was the second year of virtual, obviously trying to stay safe. And so we took it as a great platform. And we're a bronze sponsor, have been for 3 years of the Roots Tech event. So we took it as a wonderful platform in order to get the word out.
Well, step us through how this Vivid-Pix Memory Station works. Take us through the user experience.
Great question. So the first step is you need to take all these old images that we have in shoe boxes and photo albums or in boxes, hopefully not in your attic, hopefully not in your basement, but oftentimes, because all of those things, heat, humidity, and light, fade images. So you take your images and you sort them the way that you would want them to be being scanned, whether it be by date, chronology, or person or event. And you simply place up to 10 images on this 11 by 17 black mat that you have on your desk, and that desk can even be at home, or it could be in a library, or in an assisted living or 55 plus community, or any community center. And you just lay down these images and you press a blue button on the scanner. And after you press that, it automatically scans, separates them into individual images, and you can rename those. They're all date, 2022 date, and automatically separates them into individual files. You can rename them individually or just leave them with date. And then with Restore, you simply open up those individual images, and our patented algorithms will automatically improve them, bring them back to light, whether then back to light and back to life, whether it be a color black and white sepia. So the whole idea here is that it can feel overwhelming. Technology can feel overwhelming, but it's up to technologists like you and me in order to make things easy and let the tech do the heavy lifting. And that's what we're most proud of.
Terrific. And then these go into a computer. Obviously, the scanner is attached to either a PC or Mac.
That is correct.
And from there, people can store them online in the cloud or locally on a hard drive, do whatever they wish, and share them with the family, right?
Absolutely. So a number of things along those lines. So for instance, Allen County. So here's a location that has patrons, customers coming into the library. And so in that configuration, we have configured the scanner to go directly into a USB drive. The USB drive then is able to have the fixing through Restore software to improve the images. And now the original scan, as well as the approved image, is automatically placed on the USB so the person can walk away with it. Then if you're in a home environment, then you're able to configure the scans to go anywhere on your computer that you want. Again, then you pull it up through Restore, and then the original and the fixed images are on your desktop computer. And then we've also integrated with another company called File Shadow. And what File Shadow allows people to do, and on our website, vivid-pix.com/memory station, it allows people to be able to get 1,000 free uploads, which is a lot of images, to get 1,000 free uploads directly into long-term storage of vaults. And then from that vault location, they're able to share the link to their images, either all of them or a portion of them or one of them, to other people. And now multiple people are able to interact with those images.
And if you need more than 1,000 images, I guess you can purchase storage from them. Is that how it works?
Yeah, exactly correct. They have a nice free, and then they have a reasonably priced additional storage capability. And they also have amazing tech inside. And I'm a tech guy, right? I've been doing it for a long time. I love unique opportunities. So they have something called object recognition within their software. So let's say that you've got a boat or a dog or fill in the blank. Their object recognition will actually automatically scan the image that you've brought up. And will identify the objects that are within a photograph or, of course, text. And then when you restore it, we've actually seen a doubling, a 50% increase in the number of objects that are recognized, so that all of that information is stored directly into the image file, so that way you're able to search for different things within your images.
Tell us how pricing works and availability.
Yep. So currently the bundle, which is the Fujitsu scanner, sells standalone for $579, and the software, so you can buy the scanner through Vivid-Pix, vivid-pix.com/memory station, and we ship out the scanner to you, or two, $599, and it includes the scanner and the restore software. And it's a super reasonable price in order to be able to get a complete solution.
Are you thinking most of your sales will be to places like libraries, senior living facilities, or to individuals and families?
I think the ultimate total number will be more to consumers. At the price point, it's very reasonable. And as you well know, there are over 100 million Americans over the age of 55. And we as individuals, you and I both look a lot like that. This is something that we really want to do. We have collected from our own lives treasured memories that are simply fading away and stored, and we never get to see them. So here's a great way for folks to be able to do something that they've always wanted to do. So I do think that a number of people are going to buy for themselves within the home. But for instance, Allen County Public Library, what they see it is a wonderful value add in order to have available within the genealogy center in this instance, so that patrons are able to come in. And this is a great way to build traffic, to build community, and also most libraries have a relationship with the 55 plus communities, community centers, and the like. And now this allows them to be offering more than books to be brought to the individual location, and it's really focused on the things that are most important to those patrons and customers.
How is it going to work? You mentioned before that so many people taking images with their phones and such. How is it going to work that people who are doing that can take advantage of this as well?
Absolutely. So Restore, Vivid-Pix Restore works with any digitized image. So if the easiest thing for people to do is to simply take that cell phone, plug it in, save what they want, either onto their computer or on a USB, and then walk into one of these locations and fix them. So our configuration does not require, the Restore software does not require the scan station to be integrated. The Restore software just needs any digitized image. So we can work from those cell phone camera pics as well as any scanned image or download from the internet or just sitting on a hard drive.
Along these lines, Rick, you've been working in this space for so many years, a terrific background when it comes to photography and imaging, digital imaging. What are your thoughts about the current generations that are using their phones, snapping pictures all the time, and more pictures than ever, probably? But what happens long term to these images and being able to go back the way you and I can and look at the old family albums?
It's a wonderful question. So there are, pre-COVID, 1.4 trillion photographs a year being captured, and over 90% of those being captured on cell phones. And the social aspect of being able to upload those to whatever your favorite social platform is, and to share what's going on in life is wonderful. We all do it. The ability to be able to have access to those images in the future is the challenge. And there are a few companies that you're able to download the images, you're able to print photo books and the like from Facebook, to name one, and use those images. It runs into a couple of problems, however. Now you've further spread out where your images are. So you might have gone to an event, you might have uploaded a single image, but you might have taken 50 or 100 images, and you might have a single snapshot, but you missed other things. And what have you done with those cell phone cams? Have you culled through them? Have you saved the most important ones? Have you saved them to a hard drive, and all those types of things? So the proliferation of imaging in general is a challenge. And part of what you'll be seeing Vivid-Pix spending more time on in the future is helping people cull through those images in more efficient ways, so that you don't end up with just a digital mess like you had an analog mess. And our digital mess is currently a combination of scanned images plus digitally captured images. And that's an example of what I was describing with file shadow, and their ability to cull through the images in order to be able to object recognize, in order to be able to quickly sort and see different types of images.
Interesting dilemma, because future generations that you'd want to pass them along to, if they're if they're online in the cloud, who has access to them, et cetera. A lot of issues to overcome here, but something that I'm glad you're helping people think about, because you're taking the old photos and restoring them, digitizing them, and making people think about, well, what happens to the pictures I'm taking today? Terrific. Once again, Rick, where do people go for more info?
So please go to learn more about our company in general. It is Vivid, V as in Victor, I, V as in Victor, ID, like Vivid Colors. So Vivid-P as in Paul, IX.com. And then having to do with the memory station, just /memory station. And our software is Restore, vividpix.com/restore. And of course, you can navigate to all those places from Vivid-Pix.
Terrific. Rick Voight, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Fred, my pleasure, sir. Thank you.